Minasan, okarina-sai. Today, a very pretty lady with a lot of good characters. I know I say that a lot, but it's honestly the truth. These girls are all very pretty and very talented. Also, I'm very bad at intros. To attempt to make her intro a little different than others, her hair looks really soft. She probably uses great conditioner. Rina Hidaka, born June 15th, 1994 in Chiba. Currently affiliated with Star Crew. That's a really good agency name, honestly. So I actually couldn't find an origin story for her, which sucks, so I guess we'll just jump straight into that career of hers. In 2008, she had her first role of Kohane Sayuri in Season 2 of Holic. Wicked art style in this one. There's also Kaede Nankyoko in Penguin Girl, sorry for the really bad picture quality, and the young version of Michiko Malandro in Michiko and Hachin. Now given as her and I are the same age, this would have made her in the 8th grade when she debuted. Well, because of their school system, she actually could have been in the 9th grade. Either way, kudos to her. In 2009, she's already popping off, voicing Last Order in A Certain Magical Index. Such a fun character. But she also had the lead of Anne Shirley in the new version of Konnichiwa Ann Before Green Gables, an anime based off of an old Canadian children's book. Hell yeah. 2010, she's averaging about 6 to 10 roles each year from here on out, usually closer to 10. And keep in mind at this point, she's only about 15 or 16 years old. So let's start off with Mimina Osawa in Ladies vs. Butlers. Banger opening. She was also Konayuki Itazora in Katana Gatari, banger show. Then there's also Mina Azuki in Bakuman, Mizuno Yo in Stardiver, and Lime in The World God Only Knows. 2011, gonna start off with some smaller stuff. Twin sisters Airiru and Riru Finian in Makinki, Minato Kisaragi in Dream Eater Mary, Mana in the movie Children Who Chase Lost Voices, and Kaede Kaburagi in Tiger and Bunny, daughter to our main character. When I first saw that she voices this character, I literally said, no way, out loud. This happens so much when going over her resume. A lot of good stuff, so buckle up. Continue in 2011 with some leads. Yoshino Hide in Sengoku Otome, and Airikashi in Rokyu Bu, joining the live-action Seiyu unit with the same name. Lots of star power over there. 2012, we got some good stuff. Yuniko Kozuki in Excel World, Shizuka Kusanagi in Campione, Ridichio Shirikin in Inoboku Secret Service, Mei Sagara in Nakaimo, Rinon in Waiting in the Summer, great show, and a big one, or a small one considering the character, of Keiko Ayana, aka Silica, in Sword Art Online. 2013 is mostly a bunch of shows I've never really heard of, but she did have the lead of Hozuki Ferrari in Galliadona, and supporting roles of I-400 in Arpeggio Blue Steel, another banger opening, Anko Kitashirakawa in Tamako Market, Emily Redhands in The Serving Crime Edge, and lastly Nagisa Akatsuki in Strike the Blood. 2014 is the smallest year of her career. Milulin in the We Cross series, Enju Aihara in Black Bullet, Naiyuki in Girlfriend Beta, Sakura in If Her Flag Breaks, and Akara Yomatsuri in Captain Earth. Is this a parody of Captain Planet? 2015, Kandai Collection anime version came out, so initially she voiced a character, right? Nah, she voiced 5. Yayoi, Kisaragi, Satsuki, Mochizuki, and one of the main characters, Mutsuki. But there's also Kanan Shinami in Ultimate Otaku Teacher, Rosia in Show by Rock, love this design, Urara Kawashima and Yua Sasaki in Food Wars, the assassin Nemesis in To Love Ru Darkness Season 2, and main character Yukina Kosaka in The Rolling Girls. Really good year for her. 2016, Year of the Monkey, back to Kantai Collection with the movie, specifically voicing some of her old characters, but also the new one of Ryujo. Rina then made her Aikatsu debut with the Aikatsu Stars movie as Mayori. There's also the very lovable Ako Tamaki in the show And You Thought There Was Never a Girl Online. Really stupid name, but I assure you it's a fun show. Then there's a different Ako, Hatoda, in Magical Girl Rising Project. Somebody get that girl a pillow. In the Gate series, she was Sherry Tayuri, also Sumire in Rilu Rilu Fairylu, and lastly in Pokemon Generations, she voiced Champion Iris. 2017, some more pretty good stuff honestly. Miyu Nomura in Dive, take a wild guess which sport this anime is about. There's also Pilati in Symphogear Axis, Warabi Hanasaka in Armed Girls Metabolism, shout out Sumiko Ito singing the amazing opening, Lilim in the Trinity 7 movie, and Mio in Maiden Abyss. And well, there is actually also Sataka Sumihara in Schoolgirl Strikers, one of those shows with a wicked cast, but the show itself, not so wicked. 2018, let's start off with Bethor in Million Arthur, then Ai Hinatsuru in The Rio's Work Is Never Done, Lynn Davis in Marchin Machin, Sakuya Kurai in Miss Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood, Irie in Alice or Alice, and Kocho Wan in Boarding School Juliet. In 2019, she got herself a very beloved role, Milim Nava in That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, and then another banger not long after, Philo in The Rising of the Shield Hero. Other roles include Yuika Koga in Hensky, Elena Robinson in Kangan Ashara. If you like good combat, I highly recommend this one. She also voiced Ringo Ohoshi and Kama Usa in High School Prodigies Have It Easy Even in Another World, and Mutsumi Saotome in Vow Love. Shout outs to Rikugo Aida singing the banger opening. 2020 in everyone's favorite romance show Kaguya-sama, Rina voiced Kobachi Osaragi. Then Pani Ubisuki in the Data Live spinoff Data Bullet, Otoko in Wandering Witch Elena, Mimi Akane in Princess Connect, Nono Kazura in Warlords of Sigrifia, reprising Philo in Isekai Quartet, and debuting as the cute monster Wian in Danmachi's 3rd season. 2021, she's just on a roll, man. Some more really good shows. We'll get to that after though. Let's start off with some smaller stuff. Like Flaming Belial in Combatants Will Be Dispatched. Again, shoutouts to Miku in her banger opening. There's also Laura in Tropical Rouge Pretty Cure, Pirika Usui in the Shaman King reboot, and My Vlad Transylvania in Vlad Love. Then 2 great shows, Ophelia in Vivi, and Ren Yamai in Komi-san Can't Communicate. Finally, she didn't exactly release a photobook of her own, but she was featured as the cover in Weekly Big Comic Spirits, along with some other photos in the magazine, looking absolutely stunning. Why the hell does she not have her own photo book? Oh, actually, one more thing. She got COVID. Yay. 2022, she had a lot of new seasons of old stuff, but new things include Ero Aharan in Aharan-san, Kozue Shirakaba in Tokyo 24th Ward, Haru Arisugawa in Love After World Domination, a lead of Yurai-chan in Miss Shachiku and the Little Baby Ghost, Claire Kagano in The Eminence of Shadow. I actually just finished watching this show the day I'm recording. And lastly, debuting into Boruto as Osuka Kamakura. 2023, this year so far, she's had new seasons of Classroom of the Elite, Danmachi, and Kuma Kuma Bear. She's already voiced Mimi Gekkoin in The Vampire Dies in No Time, and Misuzu Gundo in Tomo-chan is a Girl. Currently, she is UT and... oh Jesus, here we go. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too. Great show name, not really. Later in the year, she's got a mule in Shangri-La Frontier, and then new seasons of Shield Hero and Eminence in Shadow. So this is usually where this section ends, but Rina actually already has a role lined up for next year. Now You Know in Chained Soldier. This show actually has a pretty stacked cast of Akari Kito, Reina Ueda, Maya Uchida, Tomori Kusunoki, and Nene Hieda, which leads me to believe it probably won't be good. It usually goes like that. So as always, she's got smaller roles in shows I didn't mention, like Yamada-kun and the Seven Winches, Pokemon Journeys, Gargantia and the Verdurous Planet, Hayate the Combat Butler, Idolish 7, Jewel Pet Happiness, Move Loop Total Eclipse, Rine, Release of Spice, and Taboo Tattoo. Rina is one of those girls who is much more of a seiyuu than singer, hence no solo singing career, but she has sang many openings, a little over 20 credits. Openings of Penguin Girls, School Ghost Strikers, Moe Can Change, and Tropical Rouge Pretty Cure. Endings of Armed Girls Metabolism, Makinki, Million Arthur, Naikaimo, Inuboku Secret Service, Vow Love, and Tomo-chan. All of these songs sang with at least one other cast member. There's also insert songs for Symphogear, Show by Rock, The World God Only Knows, and Trinity 7. Oh, and in Rokyu, she had openings, endings, and insert songs with her seiyuu unit. Lastly, she has special credits in all of the D4DJ seasons, Demonstration Instructor, Manufacturer Relations, and Technical Direction. Not entirely sure what those mean, but it's cool seeing that she had some hands-on behind-the-scenes things in one of my favorite series. Onto video games, one of her first is actually in possibly my favorite video game of all time, Borderlands 2, voicing Angel. Well, I guess she was technically in the first one too, but she was much more hands-on in the second. She's also in League of Legends as Tristana, and in the Fire Emblem series as Veronica. She has those usual games, Grand Blue Fantasy, Dragalia Lost, Blue Archive, and Girls' Frontline, and naturally game versions of anime she's in like Kantai Collection, Princess Connect, Excel World, and 5 or so Sword Art Online games. There's actually a game that has Excel World versus SAO, and she voices her girls from both franchises. Last few games to mention are Mega Dimension Neptunia, Black Rock Shooter, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and more recently Honkai Star Rail. Now for the concert section, she's got like hardly anything, no solo lives, hasn't been a guest at the big events like Animax or Anisama, but she has been at smaller yearly shows like the Peas Live with her Shield by Rock group back in 2017. That's about it though, she doesn't really suit the more group-centric events. Just in general, actually, it makes sense that she's not any of these since, like I said, she is a seiyuu and not a hybrid singer like most of the girls that I cover. Naturally though, the shows that have music, she's appeared at their live shows, like Show by Rock, Roku, Boo, and Symphogear. But Rina is also usually at events for her shows. You can find many clips of her throughout the years doing live events with the cast of various shows she's in, like more recently stuff for SAO and Tomo-chan. And now for some fun facts. Well, actually I don't really have any, unfortunately, but I do have some of the generic stuff. She is 152 centimeters or 5'1". On social media, she has both Twitter and Instagram, being somewhat active on both, even having her first Instagram live very recently with Yoko Hikasa. She actually has a very good working relationship and friendship with Yoko from as far back as around 2016. She's also super close with Yui Ogura from around the same time, and Yui was actually slapped in the face one time by Rina's dog. Big rip. And with that, we have reached the ending. Weirdly enough, Rina has never won an award. It's actually crazy to me that she hasn't. Also a shame I couldn't find any fun facts. Hopefully in the future I can, and then make a video just about the cool things about her. So for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed and learned something new. Please join me in the next one about a very small lady who's accomplished a lot in her career. I look forward to seeing you there.